Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Drehzahl hoch und ab geht's. Attacke. Dramatic start.
Das ist doch Autorennen.
So much action.
Das ist doch geil, oder?
Absolutely glued together. 3 abreast.
Das ist ganz hohe Fahrkurs.
Round the outside and he spins. We're back at the seaside. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Netherlands. The sun is shining. There's a massive crowd packed in, and we are getting ready for race 6 of the season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. It is race 6 of what is proving to be a mesmerizing 16-race season. We have had so much drama already in the first 5 races. The air temperature here, 27.1 degrees centigrade and rising. Track, well, they're saying 24 degrees at the moment. I think that is rising as well. We are not expecting any rain. Fair bit of wind blowing a bit of sand from the dunes onto the track. We are literally a stone's throw away from the beach on the North Sea coast of the Netherlands, about 20 kilometers from Amsterdam, using every means possible to us, keep everything cool, as indeed is that man there, the local boy, Larry Tenforder. He owns this place, and he's proven it by once again dominating yesterday, taking his 25th win in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. The man who followed him home and in an audacious move actually got past him before a stoppage, then almost did it again on the restart. Bastian Busse had to settle for second place, but it was a good result after what has been a difficult start to the season for him. The Allied Racing Porsche is dialed in, and with Bastian Busse at the wheel, it's quick. It's also quick with Harry King at the wheel, the British driver who has been incredibly fast, who came home in 3rd place. Robert De Haan, though, he's here to throw the proverbial pigeon amongst the large moggies, because he has arrived, he's part of Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux this year. He's arrived on the scene with them and has caused quite a stir and has been quite dominant. He's arrived in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Everybody said, you're going to really struggle with that one, and he's like, watch this. He has been very impressive indeed, and he is lining up 3rd on the grid for this race. That's how fast he is in the car. Robert De Haan, as he joins this series for this year. You saw Harry King briefly, who lines up 4th for the race. Alex Fack for Fack Autotech, driver who has had a troubled start to the year, probably. He got a 6th place yesterday, though, so definitely back on the road, looking for his first win in Carrera Cup Germany, as is that man, his teammate, Maurice Schöring, who really can't seem to get a break at the moment, and he got a 10-second penalty yesterday that moved him well down the points after brushing shoulders, in inverted commas, with Huub van Eindhoven. He will be looking to improve on that. You can see a massive crowd in here. It took us ages to get into the circuit this morning. The big queues of cars, wonderful to see. Of course, part of the DTM package here, and it has been so far a fantastic weekend. The large crowd have been thoroughly entertained here at Circuit Zandvoort, and the sun getting hotter, the temperature getting hotter pretty well all of the time. We did see Maurice Schöring lining up. Behind him on the grid is Loke Hartog, 7th. He didn't have the best qualifying, getting caught up on traffic. And Vincent Andronacco, the 3rd of the Allied drivers, also with him on the grid. Andronacco involved in an incident yesterday. We had some carnage at the end of the first lap, which took out a number of cars. And Vincent Andronacco, considers very much an innocent bystander in all of that, got taken out and collected. The Allied Racing team have been working hard overnight to get that car together. We are at Zandvoort, a circuit that is 4.259 kilometers around, 14 turns, 10 to the right and 4 to the left. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities here. That man there, Larry Tenforder has a 9-point lead over Loke Hartog. Hartog was the points leader coming into yesterday. Harry King in third place, 16 points adrift, and Bastian Boost behind them. And he has got some work to do because Bastian Boost with 57 points behind Larry King's 106. So the overtaking, well, into turn 1 is the best opportunity by a mile and perhaps out of turn 8, but qualifying has been everything here at Zandvoort, and that is why Larry Tenforder is doubly happy to be starting from the front. But do keep an eye on Hartog. He made it through from 7th to 3rd on the first start, on the first couple of corners yesterday. He really nailed that start. Those GP Elite Porsches, they are properly dialed in. Of course, a local team, local drivers, and lots of support. The cars are on their formation lap, getting ready for the start of this race, the important lap where they generate heat in the tyres, no tyre warmers allowed, and into the brakes. Let's have a look at the grid. Is Larry Tenforder on pole position with Bastian Boucher Allied Racing alongside. Second on the row on the grid, Robert De Haan has Harry King alongside him. Amazing job from Robert De Haan. And then Alex Fack and Morris Schuring and All Fack Autotech row 3. Row 4 of the grid, Loke Hartog, a bit of work to do from there again, and another Allied driver, Vincent Andronacco for company. Ariel Levy, he was so quick, a lot of bad luck yesterday, alongside Hoop van Eindhoven on row 5. And then row 6, Harry Jones from Australia, first time at this circuit this weekend, and Ghislain Cordeil alongside him. Leon Köhler, long way back for him, and Yasin Ferrati for company on row 7. And row 8, Luca Rettenbacher lines up alongside Theo Overhaus, who was very much in the controversy yesterday. Janis Stiak, the youngest driver on the grid, alongside Lucas Ertel, are on row 9. And on row 10, Glenn Van Parijs visiting from the Benelux Series, and Jan Schaefert. On row 11, Horst Felix Felbermeyer, another driver doing double duties this weekend with Sebastian Fremert. And they are ahead of Zoran Spreng and Ahmad Al-Shahad, both in the Pro-Am category. Georgi Donchev and Tim Stender line up on row 13. And on row 14 of the grid, Matteo Ferrer Azar and Jonas Greif, another driver who was very much having problems yesterday. Mikael Esman had a good day yesterday, and Holger Hansson line up on row 15. And the back row of the grid, Alex Tauscher got disqualified from qualifying and has to start from the back. He made good progress yesterday. He's got to do it all again today. One day his luck is going to turn and he is going to actually get a result that he deserves. Cars now very much on the grid and lined up. You can see the remaining cars coming out of the steep 18-degree corner of turn 14, also called Lyndike. Janis Stiak there for ID Racing, Iris Doors, legendary team, fielding the youngster in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. And a great perspective there of our race steward and starter here today, who is getting ready for the start procedure for this, which will be race 6 of a 16-race season. So the final cars are now just coming into place. There's Alex Tauscher and Holger Hansson just bringing up the rear. And then we will have indication that all is well. The green flag waves. So 5 red lights. When they go off, we will be racing. It's Porsche Carrera Cup Germany here at Zandvoort. Larry Tenforder, a great start. Not such a good start from Bastian Boost. Harry King pushing him almost into turn 1, but Bastian Boost now slotting back into that second place. The rest of the cars coming round on board with Morris Schuring to the inside, Robert De Haan up towards turn 2. They slot into single file, but now up onto the banking of turn 3 in just a few moments. Looking back, and Alex Fack up high on the banking they come. Drivers taking different lines this opening lap. A good opportunity to make up positions. Good opportunity to throw it all away. Not so for Larry Tenforder. He's made a good getaway. Bastian Boost, after a slow move out of the blocks, finally cements his position into a solid second place ahead of Harry King and Robert De Haan. So Harry King getting the jump on Robert De Haan. Morris Schuring there. He wants to make up for what was a disappointing day yesterday in front of his home crowd. Robert De Haan, I told you he was the respecter of nobody. Already putting the pressure onto Harry King. Both drivers have been through the Benelux series, and in fact, Robert de Haan's still in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Harry King, of course, last year's champion. So the two drivers with something in common. There's Luke Hartog looking to the inside of Alex Fack, just going into the corner. These cars all identical, making the move very, very difficult, but Hartog is going to give it a try. Across the gravel he goes. He's made up the position. Now, whether he is perceived to have gained an unfair advantage, he may have to let that car back again. Vincent Andronacco making the most of it as well. So Andronacco there as well. But Luke Hartog at the moment, well, he's got past Alex Fack. Will he be able to keep that? Well, we'll keep an eye and find out. Car 31, a jump start investigation for Sebastian Framer further back, but still challenges for position further back. Huub van Eindhoven looking to the inside into turn 1. So Huub van Eindhoven looking to move forward. Great view. Looking back at Vincent Andronacco. Luke Hartog in that 6th place. Morris Schurring in 5th place ahead of him. Larry Tenforder, though, already stretching his legs, and Jonas Greif once again in all sorts of problems for Huber Racing. The number 44 car now, he's into the barrier, and it looks like a lot of damage now. Whether he's going to be able to move that or not, that's at the end of turn 1. And if he can't, I think we're going to see a safety car while the driver is exiting. So I think, personally, that we are going to see a safety car. Yes, we are. Safety car is out with just 2.5 minutes of this race gone. And you can see confirmation of Sebastian Framer under investigation for that jump start. But Jonas Greif, he had a dreadful day yesterday and another problem today, making it, it's going to be 3 consecutive non-finishes. He'll want to forget about that and get back to his ways. 13th place in race 1 at Hockenheim is his best so far. And we're looking at a replay there. Getting to look like Michael Esman there. There's a wheel off. So that's why he was going no further into the barrier. A lot of damage there. You can see just the tail end of it as part of that. I think it was Michael Esman involved. But into the barrier goes Jonas Greif, and the front right wheel missing completely after contact into turn 1. And his day, and in fact his weekend, is well and truly over. There's the safety car waiting out on track to pick up Larry Tenforder. So he had a fairly decent lead, but he's used to this. We do get a lot of safety cars, especially at Zandvoort, a circuit that is quite tricky, lots of undulation, lots of blind crests, also quite a tricky surface. Oh, there's somebody's, that is Jonas Greif's wheel and a part of the suspension that bounced across into the pit lane, retrieved by one of our very hard-working marshals. Good job, sir, who then wheels that away. Doesn't roll so well with all that stuff sticking out of it. There's the yellow flags flying. So Larry Tenforder behind the safety car at the moment. They're going to circulate for however long it takes. Here's another look at the start. That's a great angle from the race starting booth. Wonderful stuff. The noise is deafening. You cannot hear anything when these cars all take off. You can see lots of challenging for position. Look at Ahmed Al-Shahab making a great move across the grid at start. And you can see him cutting across there. I think that was Al-Shahab who was cutting across in the background, but Larry Tenforder very quick out the blocks. Bastian Buset, for a while it looked like he might get mugged off the line, but he picked it all up into turn 1, and everything was well. So he's made it up and kept hold of that 2nd place. You see Harry King, he's on the inside of Robert de Haan, and the rest of the field, Morris Schurring trying to follow through as well. Robert de Haan fighting back. What an impressive young driver Robert de Haan is. Currently in 4th place. And he's probably not done with that incident. It was, in fact, the 84 car, Ahmed Al-Shahab, that got together with Jonas Greif, not Michael Esman. So he is being investigated by the stewards as we ride on board with Theo Overhaus into turn 1 on the outside of Yasin Ferrati. And getting up close and personal out of turn 1. So Ahmed Al-Shahab and Jonas Greif are the two that got together into turn 1, and investigation is underway by stewards. That was Luke Hartog, who made the move past Alex Fack and brought Huub van Eindhoven with him as well. This is the view on board. This is a great perspective from Hartog. You can see him under braking, just braking late. a little bit too late. Can't get the thing slowed down across the gravel trap. There's been no issues flashed up on the timing screen, so he is able to continue in his 6th place at the moment. Ahmed Al-Shahab's day goes from bad to worse because he's also under investigation for speeding in the pit lane. And here, who's that? That is Tim Stender taking out one of the billboards. That is Mikael Esman that was involved in that. Right, this was that incident. Ahmed Al-Shahab, you can see him steaming into turn 1, everything locked up. At this point, Jonas Greif's wheel has long since parted company with his Porsche. He is just a passenger into the Tech Pro barrier. And I should think that Huber Racing will not be wanting to watch replays of that because they're going to have to do some work there. The safety car is going to have to drive through the pit lane because there is debris out on turn 1. They need to clear that up. They need to clear the car up. And they don't need the cars in the way, so the safety car will be going through the pit lane with the field behind. You can see there, well, Jonas Greif, I don't know whether it has all kind of happened by the time we see it in that shot. I don't know if they had made contact or whether it was entirely separate incidents. But whichever way, there are 3 wheels on the wagon and he ain't going along anywhere further. Safety car through the pit lane, there is your confirmation. So just keeping them off the track. And our hard-working marshals, have they had their work cut out this weekend? They certainly have. Larry Tenforder is the race leader, and he remains that way because we're behind the safety car. The local driver, he practically owns Zandvoort. He has a very loud and vocal fan club that follow him around, a very popular driver. Dutch driver racing for a Dutch team, leading the way in the Netherlands. Well, it doesn't get any better than that. He started from pole position yesterday, turned that into a win, albeit with a fight. But he has the Danish driver of Bastian Boos behind him and Britain's Harry King also there. Robert De Haan, another Dutch driver in the number 64 car for Company, who's also doing the Benelux Series. See the red box, we have got a red flag, so oh my goodness, the cars are going to be brought to a stop. So the race directors deciding they need the cars to not be circulating in order to clear that one up, and cars brought to a stop on the grid. So the clock stops, the cars stop, the red flags are out, everything is brought to a stop, and the clear-up operation commences. So Larry Tenforder, Dutch driver, he got his 25th win yesterday. Really impressive stuff from him. He is the most successful driver in the history of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He's already won 2 championships. He's looking good to make it 3. He wants to be the first driver ever to win 3 championships in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. But this year, I don't think the field has ever looked so talented. Just so much quality through and through. Bastian Boos in 2nd place, this year's Porsche Junior driver. And he, well, you count him out at your peril, don't you? He is always there. A very rapid driver, had a tough time in qualifying at Spa-Francorchamps. We're going to have another look at the accident into turn 1. Let's just see what happened there. Right, let's see on the replay. We can see Jonas Greif moving to the inside. And on the outside is Ahmed Al-Shahab. So it was those 2 cars get together. Now Jonas Greif moving back to the outside into turn 1. Looks to be pinching off Ahmed Al-Shahab. Alex Tauscher behind as well. And making contact. So Jonas Greif, well, it looks as though that might well have been a self-inflicted wound. And Ahmed Al-Shahab caught up in that. You can see him smoking his brakes into the corner. So a good perspective there from our team, and you can see what happened. And well, one doesn't want to point the finger, but you do wonder whether it was very much a Jonas Greif issue, just closing the door on the Ahmed Al-Shahab car. The 2 cars getting together, and the net result is 3 wheels on the number 44 car. So the car's now stationary on the grid. The red flag is out. The teams are allowed to come back to the cars at the moment. We'll let you know if we get some notification of when this is going to restart. But the summary is we are under a red flag here at Circuit Zandvoort. Jonas Greif potentially an accident caused by him getting together with Ahmed Al-Shahab. We saw that replay of him getting together with the 84 car, and both cars suffering as a result, but Jonas Greif, the one who certainly come off the worst, with 3 wheels on the car, 1 wheel ripped off and into the pit lane. So lining up behind Larry Tenforder, we were mentioning Bastian Buus, the Porsche Junior for this year. He had a tough time at Spa-Francorchamps, lost a splitter in qualifying. And of course, the qualifying sessions are for both races. So the fastest time and the second fastest time determine the grid positions for both races over the weekend. So you have a bad time in qualifying, it affects you normally for the whole weekend. And that's exactly what happened with Bastian Buus. He got a 4th and a 5th from Spa, which by most people's standards is pretty good. By his standards, not good enough, because really he needs to be finishing on the podium in every race in order to stay in the championship hunt. Then at Hockenheim, we saw him record his first ever non-finish, his first non-finish in over 80 races of motorsport, and his first ever non-finish in Porsche Carrera Cup as a result of getting together with another car, Adam Smalley, I think it was, if I remember rightly, and into the gravel trap. He was not a happy man about that. He got a 4th place in the second race, but very much the Duck is back. He's 2nd place yesterday. I spoke to him briefly yesterday evening, and he was fairly philosophical about it. Sees that he's got a lot of work to do. He really wants to be on the top step of the podium. Still has his eyes on Larry Tenforder's position at the restart of this race. Harry King, who lines up in 3rd place, well, he is the current Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux champion. Of course, he's not defending that title, having moved into Carrera Cup Germany, a series that is reckoned to be the toughest of all the Carrera Cup series. And Harry King moving into that, he won on his debut. I have to tell you, that is no mean feat, to win on your debut in such a competitive category as Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Brilliant stuff from Harry King. He's 3rd place at the moment. He is yet to add to his win from Spa-Francorchamps, but he has finished every race on the podium apart from race 2 at Spa-Francorchamps, which was a 4th place, which is pretty impressive on your debut. Robert de Haan, who is in 4th place, well, he currently is dominating the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, also in Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain. In the last few races in those 2 series has come to the attention of the stewards as a result of exceeding track limits, and that is something that he's learning the hard way. He had a win at Hockenheim taken away from him as a result of a penalty for exceeding track limits. He was not happy about that in Carrera Cup Benelux. Into Carrera Cup Germany for this weekend as a guest driver. Finished 4th yesterday and 1st in the Rookie Championship. That was very impressive indeed. 4th today. I think that is a notice of intent. And if he decides to do a full season in Carrera Cup Germany next year, I think a few people are going to be sitting up and taking notice. There is Harry King trying to stay cool. It's 27.1 degrees centigrade out there. The forecasters say we could hit 30 before the day is done. So staying cool, very much the order of the day. In Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, there are several categories. There is the rookie category, and that man there is the leading car in the rookie standings. So the rookie standings, rookie drivers scoring points within the overall race. And yesterday, it was Robert de Haan who won the rookie race, and again is the leading rookie in this one today. Theo Overhaus was the points leader, is the points leader coming into this weekend in the rookie standings, but he had a nightmare day yesterday, involved in all sorts of drama. But he is still well ahead of Harry Jones. Overhaus has 101 points in the rookie standings. Harry Jones has 84. As we look at Maurice Schuring. Maurice Schuring, driver still looking for his first win in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Currently lying 5th in the points championship, 39 points to Larry Tenforder's 106. So a lot of work to do from there. There's the man. Well, it's his local race. He was able to cycle to the track from his flat, which is not too far away from here. Loke Hartog, he picked up his first win after so long trying at Spa-Francorchamps in the season opener. He's followed that up with another win at Hockenheim last time out a couple of weeks ago. He came into this weekend as the points leader from his teammate Larry ten Voorde. That lead has now disappeared. It is now second place for Loke Hartog, but he is just 9 points behind Larry. But his teammate is proving to be a tough nut to crack. Of course, they are teammates. They are swapping information. And Loke does say he's learning an awful lot just by being a teammate with Larry ten Voorde. He moved to GP Elite. He sees this as the key to winning his first championship in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. And he is learning a lot of the tricks from Larry ten Voorde. Alex Fack, well, there you go, a man to keep you cool, using the door as a fan. We've had notification that the race will be resumed at 11:50 local times. Currently 11:45 and a half, so about 4.5 minutes we should be getting things underway. Let's have a look at Ariel Levy, the number 87 car. Ariel in 10th place. Well, whatever he's been doing in preparation over the winter, it has been very, very impressive. Last year, he was there or thereabouts, but this year has really stepped up a gear. Another driver doing double duty with Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. But this weekend, in both the Benelux Series and in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, has been involved in accidents, other people's accidents most of the time. He has been so impressive with his overtaking, but has not had the results to show from it. We'll be looking to move forward from that 10th place. Keep an eye on Ariel Levy. Keep an eye on this man here, Harry Jones, as well. Mightily impressive. From Australia, the driver of the Carrera Sport PHX number 12 car. He was so good at Spa-Francorchamps. He got a win in the rookie standings on debut and a second place in the rookie standings on their second race. So quick. I think Hockenheim was a bit of a bump down to earth. But the thing about Harry Jones is he hasn't raced in Europe ever before. He hasn't even seen any of these circuits. So he is turning up on a Thursday or a Friday in free practice. He's learning the circuit, and then he's having to put that into action pretty instantly. So it's impressive. In this race, he's in 11th place overall and 3rd in the rookie standings. There's Luca Rettenbacher in the number 92 car. Luca Rettenbacher, who currently in 13th place, returns to Porsche Carrera Cup Germany after a period away. His best result of the season so far has been an 8th place and race 2 at Spa-Francorchamps. But it's really good to have Luca Rettenbacher back on the grid. Very much unfinished business for him. He was in Carrera Cup Germany. Last we saw him was in 2019. He got a 3rd place at the Red Bull Ring there, but we haven't seen him for a few years. There's the man. He is mighty impressive. Theo Overhaus, well, we always knew he was going to be trouble when he turned up, didn't we? He has an incredible run of form in this, his debut year. In the rookie standings, he got a 3rd on his first race and then has followed up with 3 wins in the rookies standings within the race over the last 3 races. So yesterday, his 22nd finish was his first non-podium in the rookie standings. So Theo Overhaus in the Car Tech by Bonk Motorsport car. Very impressive. Currently in 14th place, so it's not been the kind of weekend he had hoped to have, but certainly a man to keep an eye on as the season progresses and still leading the way in the Rookie Championship. We haven't even mentioned the Pro-Am Championship yet. It's Georgi Donchev who leads the way in that from Zoran Spreng. 97 points is what Georgi Donchev has. Zoran Spreng has 86. Ahmed Al-Shahab in 3rd with 78. That will not have been improved. His prospects of increasing that as a result of that incident with Jonas Greif that we have seen. Out on track at the moment, as already mentioned, our leading rookie is Robert De Haan in 4th. Our leading Pro-Am driver in 22nd overall is Zoran Spreng, a driver who's really picked up the ball this year. The number 5 car who won in the Pro-Am standings in race 1 at Hockenheim a couple of weeks ago. He's had a 2nd and a 3rd in the Pro-Am standings at Spa-Francorchamps, and he won yesterday in the Pro-Am standings. So very much a championship contender. Georgi Donchev, well, he's been racing Carrera Cup Germany for as long as I can remember, and he will be a challenger all season long. Look at that view. Lots of people camping here. There is a party atmosphere at Circuit Zandvoort. A wonderful sunset last night over the North Sea coast. We saw the sun setting down, melting into the ocean. It is atmospheric. It is party central, and it is excitement all the way as we get ready for the restart. You can see from your graphic an investigation between cars 4 and 22. So that's the aforementioned Georgi Donchev and Matteo Ferraazzo. So clearly there has been some incident between the two of them, and that has been investigation. Also an investigation between Alex Tauscher, Ahmed Al-Shahab and Tim Stender. That is something that happened on turn 10. That is being noted by our race stewards. No action yet on any of those. The clock restarts, 21.5 minutes still remaining, and we are back behind the safety car for this, the restart of race 6 of a 16-race season for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. The drivers are now working hard to get the temperature back into the tyres. Of course, everything has cooled down while they've been sat on the grid. We're riding briefly on board there with Maurice Scheuring, getting a great perspective, some wonderful camera angles, and that banking of turn 3, you think it's steep, I challenge you to walk up it. It really is hard work, and once you're up there, it tries to tip you back down again. Around turn 3, an overtaking possibility, but also a place where track limits have been an issue during this weekend. The exit of turn 3, and then out towards 4, 5, and 6. The windy section of this circuit, the blind crest as they head up to turn 6, Rob Slopemaker, as it is named after the Dutchman, Rob Slopemaker, is a blind crest. And the track, actually, when you walk on it, has completely worn away where the cars bottom out as they come up over the crest of that hill. Then down towards Scheivak, which is turn 7, fairly windy section. Turns 8 and 9, about the only parts of the track that are not banked, and then back into the rest of the circuit. It is windy, it is backed, there is lots of undulation. Safety car is in on this lap. Finally, we are ready for the final 2/3 of this race. 1/3 down, 2/3 to go. Larry Tenforder is the race leader. He's going to have Bastian Boos, who is hungry to get his first win of the season in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Harry King and Robert De Haan, both drivers who are really tough, really ready to get the elbows out and challenge for position. Keep an eye on Loke Hartog, who is there behind Maurice Scheuring in 5th place. He is looking to make up for poor qualifying. Safety car has disappeared off into the distance. Now Larry Tenforder hits the accelerator. Up into Lyondike they come. We are back under racing conditions, not allowed to overtake until we reach the start-finish line. Out onto the pit straight they come. Larry Tenforder leads them across the line. Are we going to see any challenges into turn 1? Bastian Boos has a little look, as does Robert De Haan. Harry King taking a very defensive line into turn 1. Loke Hartog, we said keep an eye on him on the outside of Maurice Scheuring. This is the view from Maurice Scheuring. Loke Hartog trying to go the long way round in towards turn 3, stolen the position away. Now behind Robert De Haan. Up into the banking of turn 3 they come. Maurice Scheuring now having lost a place to Loke Hartog. Larry Tenforder still leading. The first 3 or 4 cars have broken away, but Loke Hartog, man on the move. Keep an eye on Vincent Andronacco as well. He is there behind Maurice Scheuring. That is the view back from Loke Hartog. Here comes Larry Tenforder. He's opened up a bit from Bastian Boos. A bit of comfort there. Harry King, how much pressure can he put on his teammate for 2nd place? Maurice Scheuring looking to return the compliment on Loke Hartog already. Remember, tyre preservation is everything here. Scheuring back to the inside, gives Hartog the squeeze, steals the position back. Hartog drops back down the order as a result. He's forced offline. Vincent Andronacco through. Now, Huub van Eindhoven as well, getting involved in this battle. Alex Fack there as well. Now, Maurice Scheuring challenging for position to, it's actually Vincent Andronacco who got past Maurice Scheuring. Great move from Andronacco up into 5th place, but Maurice Scheuring looking to fight it back. Car 34, Theo Overhaus, once again under investigation, a safety car procedure, but a challenge once again. Loke Hartog getting stuck in, he can't make it stick, he's out onto the gravel, dropping down the order. Such a bold move, but it comes to nothing. Loke Hartog trying so hard, but he's allowed a whole load of cars to come through. Now Maurice Scheuring under pressure from Huub van Eindhoven. The first 4 into turn 1, they've broken clear, but challenging Who van Eindhoven to the inside of Maurice Schuring makes a clean move it up into turn 2, now round to turn 3. So Who van Eindhoven, man on a mission, moving through. Maurice Schuring once again being overtaken. That is Harry Jones there. Also, Ariel Levy in there as a Gislain Cordeel in the number 27 car. Challenges up and down the back. Let's have another look here. Logan Hartog into the corner, just getting out wide. No grip on the sand. Gets airborne briefly. Doesn't look as though he's damaged the car, but he has dropped a long way back as a result of that excursion. And he's got a lot of work to do. You can see him fighting for the wheel. And he has lost a whole load of positions down to 12th place as a result of that drama. Now, Harry King putting the pressure on to Robert De Haan, or shall we say, Robert De Haan putting the pressure on to Harry King, because De Haan and King running absolutely together on the track. Another investigation, car 77 and 92 for overtaking under the safety car, Luca Rettenbacher and Leon Köhler. But it's De Haan who at the moment is in front of Harry King. But Harry King looking to steal that position back. Robert De Haan, well, takes a fair bit of work to find a route past Harry King, but that's exactly what he's done. Great angles here. This is the view from Harry King of Robert De Haan getting past, and Harry King now having to do all the work if he wants to get back up onto a podium position. There is first and second. They've broken clear. Bastian Boost not allowing Larry Tenforden to get away from him. Of course, they've got to keep the tyres together to last this entire race. We've still got another 15 minutes plus 1 lap. We saw Luke Hartog at the back of the queue trying to undo some of the damage after what was a disastrous lap for him. And it is Gislain Cordeel ahead of him. This is a replay of Yasin Ferrati in the number 7 car. And these are the incidents that are also being investigated by race stewards. A number of start procedures. Robert De Haan getting into the back of Harry King, giving him a little bit of a helping hand out of the final corner. Come on, hurry up, he says. Now, that's a view of Logan Hartog on the outside. This is before it all went wrong. He was on the outside of Maurice Schuring. A lot of courage getting out wide there. Schuring trying to shut the door, but giving him enough space. And that was a little bump to Robert De Haan from Maurice Schuring. So close together, these cars, nothing in between them. Maurice Schuring getting back, trying to get back on the inside. Then it was up onto the banking, and Hartog had that position, but then, of course, it all came undone after that. Larry Tenforden leading Bastian Booth by 0.5 of a second. Then a gap of 1.9 back to Robert De Haan in 3rd place. If De Haan can finish on the podium on his debut in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, he'd be pretty happy about that. Harry King in 4th place wants to do something about that. His teammate Vincent Andronacco in 5th place, and Who van Eindhoven, man on a mission. Maurice Schuring down into 7th, ahead of Alex Fack. Ariel Levy still 9th, and Harry Jones rounding out the top 10. Then Gislain Cordeel, who's visiting us here in Carrera Cup Germany this weekend, ahead of Logan Hartog. Theo Overhaus in 13th place. No further action for Luca Rettenbacher for potentially overtaking under the safety car. Clearly that didn't happen. We're looking at Leon Köhler and Lucas Oertel. Lucas Oertel was thoroughly disappointed. He was involved in that first corner incident in yesterday's race. The team had to do an awful lot of work to get the car back together. They've done a good job. He's in 16th place at the moment, and Leon Köhler is challenging for position. Köhler a lot further back than he would like to be. Luca Rettenbacher just behind him, and then Janis Stiak, who was so impressive yesterday, finishing on the rookie podium for the first time in his career in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. There are your timings. It's Larry Tenforden, 0.6 from Bastian Boost. We're focusing at the moment on a battle which is further back, and that is Gislain Cordeel in the 27 car, and he is in 11th place. And Leon Köhler in the number 77 size, Lucas Oertel, and in the 23 and 16th, Leon Köhler in 17th, just behind him. Köhler not having it as easy as he hoped he would on his return to Carrera Cup Germany, it has to be said. He has a look at Lucas Oertel, but to remind you, these cars are all identical. It is just setup that differs them. So you can't just dive past into a corner. You really have to work hard to get position. Lucas Oertel, you wonder if that car is as set up as it might be after all the work that had to be done for it overnight. He does look to be slower than Leon Köhler, Luca Rettenbacher, Janusz Stick at the back of that queue, and the timing screens are saying that he is running slower, a couple of tenths slower than the cars that are behind him. So the challenge for position into turn one, it seemed only a matter of time, but Leon Köhler overcooks it into the corner. Now coming back at him, Lucas Oerthel on the outside becomes the inside will then become the outside again, 3 abreast. Luca Rettenbacher getting involved, but Leon Köhler being overtaken by Luca Rettenbacher, the 92 car round the outside now. Janusz Stick fancies some of it as well. He has a look to the inside, but Luca Rettenbacher, what a wonderful move from him. Gets past both of them in that banked corner and steals 2 positions away. Luca Rettenbacher clearly struggling for pace at the moment. Janusz Stick, we're riding on board with him for ID Racing now, staring at the back of the 23 car in front of him of Lucas Oerthel. But Oerthel clearly not enjoying the pace that he wants from that car. 1:39 last time around, 0.152, so not too far off. But now Janusz Stick to the inside, and Lucas Oerthel relegated another position, and looks like Alex Tauscher from the back of the grid making his way up into 19th place. So Tauscher also picking up a position as a result. So Lucas Oerthel, he's lost a load of places all in one lap, but what a move from Luca Rettenbacher, stealing past his teammate as well as Lucas Oerthel, all in the space of one corner. Brilliant stuff. Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, entertainment all the way, and that's exactly what we're getting here at Circuit Zandvoort. You can see from your graphic, Larry Tenford is the quickest man on the track, still challenges for positions further down the order. Logan Hartog, well, he's still caught up all the way down in 12th place. That is not what he needs for his championship. Gisela Cordil in front of him, and Harry Jones in front of Gisela Cordil. This is going to be a long 10 minutes of Logan Hartog. He's got a lot of work to do. And Gisela Cordil, who does know his way around this track. He has done many laps here, but you see him just picking up a bit of dirt, exploring the track limits, but staying in a very solid 11th place. Right, our leading rookie, well, Robert de Haan, there's a surprise. That's Yasin Ferrati and Theo Overhaus. Theo Overhaus in the rookie category, succumbing to Yasin Ferrati. That is for 13th place, and that will be in the rookie championship together. Those two are also fighting with each other. As we look back at several other battles, that is Theo Overhaus we're riding on board with in the number 34 car on the graphic at the side of your screen. Always good to have cameras on Theo Overhaus, and Glenn Van Parijs in there as well. The number 46 car running with him and squeezing past. So Theo Overhaus in the battle, but much further back. And Overhaus in 14th place. Glenn Van Parijs trying to steal it away, but he gets it all wrong. A trip across the gravel. He rejoins on line dyke, but he is going to lose a load of places from that. Gravel and dirt on the tyres will see him relegated down the order. So Theo Overhaus fighting back and squeezing Glenn Van Parijs, and he can't slow it down. So Glenn Van Parijs, who we welcome from the Benelux Series, guesting here this weekend, drops back. And Theo Overhaus lives to fight another day in that position, 14th position. Yasin Ferrati there as well. There is the view from Janusz Stick, and he can see it all unfolding in front of him. He is one of the drivers to benefit from Glenn Van Parijs going wide and dropping down the order. Here comes our race leader, Larry Tenford from Bastian Boost. Then a gap back to Robert de Haan, then Harry King, Vincent Andronaco, Huub van Eindhoven, so settled down a bit in their leading cars, but still plenty of action to come here at Circuit Zandvoort. 8 minutes remaining plus 1 lap of this race. Gisela Cordil, who has moved from Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux to Porsche Carrera Cup Germany this year, and it is a real step up for him, a real challenge, looking to improve on his best result of the year so far, 7th place yesterday. But Logan Hartog a long way back by his standings and staring at the back of Gisela Cordil still, and Harry Jones ahead. I think Hartog is going to have his work cut out to get very much further up this pack, because Gisela Cordil is no slouch. Right, up onto line down they come, onto the banking and out onto the pit straight. Is Hartog got anything? that he can bring to the table for the number 27 car. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Further back, Theo Overhaus with Leon Köhler challenging for position. Köhler through on the inside. Overhaus not really putting up too much of a fight. That is for 14th place. So Leon Köhler stealing through, and the car tech by Bonk Motorsport. Porsche is relegated back, but Overhaus now trying to come back to him. They both go high up onto turn 3. And Leon Köhler shutting the door out of 3 up to 4. They come. Ahead of them is Yasin Ferrati. So now Leon Köhler breaking clear. And Luca Rettenbacher, after that great overtake earlier on, is further back through the pack now. So he's dropped back. Here's a replay of the move on Theo Overhaus from the perspective of Leon Köhler. And this is Luke Hartog into turn 1. Did he make it stick? Gisela Cordil, he was to the inside, couldn't slow it down enough. Cordil just says, thanks very much, I'll have that back again if you don't mind. And that's exactly what he does. There's Alex Tauscher, who is fighting further back. He's with Janis Stiak out on track. Alex Tauscher, who's come from the back of the pack and is up into 18th place. Make that 17th place, having made the move on Janis Stiak. And there is Bastian Buus, still following our long-time race leader. He wants to win this race, but between him and the top step of the podium is the most successful man in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany in the shape of Larry Tenforder. Behind him, Robert de Haan is some 3.4 seconds, so he's got room to make a challenge and not risk surrendering his second place. But Larry Tenforder is inch perfect as he circulates around this 4.259 kilometre circuit, putting everything exactly where it needs to be, looking after the tyres, not taking too much out of them, and not really giving Bastian Buus the opportunity to overtake. You can see that Bastian Buus is the fastest man on the track at 1:37.936. That's a quick lap here for Bastian Buus. So clearly there's a lot left in the tank, but to find a route past Larry Tenforder, well, ideally he's going to have to push him into a mistake, because he's going to struggle to get past him other than that. A 10-second time penalty was awarded to Georgi Donchev, and that was for pushing another car. So car number 4, Georgi Donchev, who's currently 3rd in category in the Pro-Am standings, in the Pro-Am category within this race, is going to have 10 seconds added to his time. Tension very much on that lead battle, though. Larry Tenforder from Bastian Buus. The two cars have been running together for the entire race. Of course, we had that lengthy red flag in the middle, but Larry Tenforder really holding it all together, looking to make it back-to-back double pole, double wins here at Zandvoort. It's what he did yesterday, and it was Bastian Buus who pushed him all the way home. But now, closer than ever, a little over 4 minutes left. Can Bastian Buus do the unthinkable and find a route past Larry Tenforder? It's Allied Racing versus GP Elite. You can see Bastian Buus taking a completely different corner up into turn 3. Out of 3, up into 4, a little bit of a downhill, and then it's that steep climb up the blind crest. You see the cars just getting a little bit of air as they come up over the top, and then back down again. Still Larry Tenforder very much in control, and car 77 also reported to the stewards. That's for overtaking it under the safety car, so that's Leon Köhler. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Messages flashing up on our timing screens, but this is the important one. Neither of these drivers have got any penalties hanging over their heads or any investigations. This is a race for the top step of the podium. Robert de Haan looking pretty solid in 3rd place, but 1st and 2nd, the race very much on. A little over 3 minutes left. What can Bastian Buus do about Larry Tenforder? He's desperate for his first win of the season. He got his debut win at Imola last year. It had been a while coming, but it was like a weight off his shoulders. He became the Porsche Junior this year, and it's almost been something that has weighed on him a little, because he haven't seen the form that he showed last year. But here is Zandvoort. He's back on the pace. The duck is back. and Bastian Boos is pushing forwards. We're looking at a replay of an incident further earlier on. It was Alex Tauscher. No, it wasn't. That was Luca Rettenbacher. So we'd seen that he'd dropped down the order, and that was a little trip through the gravel, and no respecter of BWT signs either. Punts that out of the way onto the track. Sebastian Freeman very nearly shredding that. That's something for the drivers to discover as they come over the brow hill, isn't it? Car 13, an incident between Alex Tauscher, no further action. That one that we saw with Ahmed Al-Shahad and Tim Stender, so no further action there. But Bastian Boos, with 2 minutes remaining, well, he's dropped back a bit now. There is that BWT board. And although it's made of polystyrene, it can still seriously interfere with the splitter, with the cooling, with even the tyres. So the drivers need to avoid that. But they've all seen it now, hopefully. They all know it's there. And we do just have 1 minute and 3/4 plus 1 lap of this race remaining. Feels a little bit as though Bastian Boos has just backed off. Now, has he settled for second? Is that possible in the mind of Bastian Boos? Or is he winding himself up for one last attack on Larry ten Voorde? The unshakable Larry ten Voorde, the Dutch driver who loves it when he wins on his home circuit with his home team in front of the home crowd. He gets a bigger buzz than anything else. He was so excited yesterday to take the win from pole. Bastian Boos wants to ruin his party. Out along the pit straight once again. Is he close enough to take a look? He ducks to the inside slightly, but nothing going on. Maybe trying to unsettle Larry ten Voorde. Good luck with that one, mate. We can see the camera pointing at Larry ten Voorde on the picture to the left of your screen, and he is as calm as anything. It might be hot outside. He is totally cool as he takes the car through the ideal line up around turn 3, and now Bastian Boos is running out of time. When the clock strikes 0, which will be during this lap, there will be 1 more lap remaining. So Larry ten Voorde and Bastian Boos, the 1-2. Is it going to stay the same? Our leading rookie is Robert Hahn in 3rd place. The BWT sign surviving remarkably well. Harry King in 4th, so off the podium at the moment. Vincent Andronacco in 5th, 2nd in the rookie standings, 3rd in the rookie standings. Harry Jones in 10th place. Leading Pro-Am driver Zoran Spreng in 22nd. Michael Esman up to 2nd in the Pro-Ams. He's 23rd on the track. He's been getting better and better as Michael Esman. But with the clock striking 0, there will be 1 more lap after this one, and Bastian Boos has run out of ideas. Is there anything else he can do? He has thrown everything at it, but Larry ten Voorde, the very solid orange and black car run by GP Elite, leading the way. The car is prepared brilliantly by the team at GP Elite. It is the team boss, Torsten van Hasteren, who controls that team, does a fantastic job. Jan Kasperlik's Allied Racing. Jan, who has a talent for spotting up-and-coming superstars, especially in the Porsche world. And he is fielding Bastian Boos once again this year, but they have nothing for the Team GP Elite car in front of them. Larry ten Voorde around turn 3 for the very last time, now up towards turn 4. Robert De Haan in that solid 3rd place. Harry King also for Allied Racing, a little too far back to do anything about it. 3rd Allied car being driven by Vincent Andronacco in 5th place. And Huub van Eindhoven, a good drive by him, and 6th place is about as far as he is going to go in this race. Luke Hartog, well, he got past Gisdar Codil in the end, but 11th place, that is not what he was hoping for when he got out of bed this morning. There's Theo Overhaus. Is he ever not in the battles? I don't think so. It looks like he's got past Yasin Ferrate. So Theo Overhaus in 14th place, continuing his march forwards in this, the final lap of the weekend for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Larry ten Voorde in towards turn 11 he comes, around turn 11, and then it's the final squirt of power up towards turn 13 for the very last time. Bastian Boos has tried everything he can think of, but it's not going to be enough. Into Luyendyk for the very last time this weekend. Larry ten Voorde out of Luyendyk onto onto the pit straight. A flash of the lights, and it's a win. Race 6 of the series, race 6 of a 16-race series goes to Larry Tenforder. Bastian Boost trailing him across the line. Great job from Robert de Haan, guesting here this weekend in 3rd place ahead of Harry King and Vincent Andronaco, Huban Eindhoven in 6th, Maurice Schuring in 7th, Alex Fack in 8th. A solid, if quiet, drive from Ariel Levy in 9th, ahead of Harry Jones, learning the circuit and racing it well at the same time. Winner in the rookie standings is Robert de Haan. He wins the rookie race, 3rd on the road, 1st in the rookies. Vincent Andronaco 2nd in the rookies, and Harry Jones 3rd. And the winner in the Pro-Ams is Zoran Spreng, 22nd on the track, ahead of Michael Esman and Georgi Donchev. We'll just need to confirm that because he did have a 10-second penalty. I'm not sure if that's been applied yet, but Georgi Donchev certainly crossing the line, 3rd in the Pro-Am standings. But the man stealing the headlines, win number 26 on his way as he tries to claim his 3rd title in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He will have opened up the lead dramatically over his nearest challenger, Loke Hartog, who came into this weekend with the championship lead. That gap now has switched around, and Hartog, well, it's not been the weekend he wanted, and his main rival, Larry Tenforder, will be comfortable at the top of the standings. It's the track he wants to win at the most. As we look again, a slow-mo of Larry Tenforder crossing the line in the number 25 car. Bastian Boost following in his wake. He tried everything, but there was no getting past Larry Tenforder. But for Bastian Boost, 2 second places this weekend. This is the return to form that he needed. And now he needs to carry this all the way to the Nürburgring in August, where we reconvene for race 7 of the season. The GP Elite team, they have a lot of cars here as part of this series and work incredibly hard. Here is your classification. Larry Tenforder taking the win ahead of Bastian Boost, Robert de Haan, Harry King, Vincent Andronaco, Huban Eindhoven. Maurice Schuring leading his teammate Alex Fack in 8th place. 9th place, Ariel Levy, another for Team Huber Racing, ahead of Harry Jones for Sheriff Sport PHX. Loke Hartog, Gisela Cordeo, Leon Curler, he's been in the wars, hasn't he? Theo Overhaus, not the best weekend for him. Yasin Ferrati. Alex Tauscher, 16th from the back of the grid, good job by him. Janis Stiak, another solid finish. Glenn Van Parijs, Lucas Ertel ahead of Horst Felix Felbermeyer, Luca Rettenbacher, Zoran Spreng, Michael Esman, and then Matteo Ferrer-Azza, Tim Stender, Georgi Donchev, Ahmed Al-Shahab, Holger Harmson, the last of the runners. Non-finishers, Jan Seifert, and we saw Jonas Greif with the wheels shed from his car coming to grief early on in the race. Larry Tenforder on to the roof of his car. You see how much it means. I told you his fan club was noisy, didn't I? Deafening roar around the Zandvoort circuit. And there, in the championship, Larry Tenforder, 28 points over Harry King. So Loke Hartog, having come into this weekend as the championship leader, drops down to 3rd, 29 points adrift, and he will be very frustrated by that. Bastian Boost, well, he's done a lot of repair to the damage coming into this weekend. He's still 54 points adrift. You only need a couple of non-finishes, and suddenly this can all turn around, or a mistake. And Bastian Boost will not have given up on his challenge on the championship here for this year. And 2 second place is exactly what he needed, but Larry Tenforder, maximum points here at Circuit Zandvoort in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. The drivers on the scales. And then a very welcome drink. Very hot out there. The temperature is up to nearly 29 degrees out on this circuit. The track temperature is up to 45 degrees. So these drivers braving the heat. There's Robert de Haan. the driver who really has stolen the headlines this year. He's arrived in Porsche and everybody's gone, Robert de who? Oh, and he's going to be giving us problems for the next few years, isn't he? Because he is very rapid. He is a respecter of nobody, and we've seen that in everything he's raced so far, mixing it, and that has paid off. He's the winning rookie, and he is third overall in the HRT Performance Porsche. Third step on the podium for Robert de Haan. A great result for him. Second place, we've already spoken about him. The Duck is back. Bastian Boos for Allied Racing. The number 99 car from Denmark is Bastian Boos, and he scores his second place here at Zandvoort. And there, your race winner. A dominant display. Well, he didn't disappear off into the distance, but dominant in terms of results. 2 pole positions, 2 wins. Win number 26. Who can stop that man? It's his 3rd win of the season. Larry ten Voorde, the man on the top step of the podium for Team GP Elite. So the celebrations will no doubt continue for several weeks to come. He hasn't got too far to drive home after this one, of course. Also in Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup, a champion on many, many levels. And just showing what he's made of. Did he just photobombed somebody's selfie, but you gotta win a race. First thing you do is photobomb. Always good. Up the steps to the podium. A quick cool down.
I have to ask you, how was your quality lap on Friday?
Let's have a listen.
Good?
I don't know. You went the whole weekend on it, man.
I had hiccup on my tire. One, I destroyed sector 1 and I fuck.
Kann losgehen.
Apologies for any bad language there.
But the lap was, yeah.
But always good to listen in. A white knuckle ride, Bastian Boos. There's 10p in the square box from him. And he, though, giving us some insight, talking to Larry ten Voorde. Right, Robert de Haan out onto the podium. The driver who has arrived, he only turned 17 years old on Thursday, just gone. But he's already making his mark. Second place, Bastian Boos, starting to look like a veteran already. None more so than Larry ten Voorde. To the top step of the podium, loving every minute of this. And then from Team GP Elite, now the national anthem. The Dutch national anthem echoing out around the Netherlands. There's Hurry Isaac, the project manager, customer sport of Porsche, a very popular figure in the paddock, who presents the 3rd place trophy to Robert de Haan. Sebastian Boos, a 2nd place trophy. Larry ten Voorde trying to build some hype, like you need any more hype. There we go, trophy awarded. There'll be one for Team GP Elite as well. So Hurry Isaac presenting all of the trophies today. Yeah, there we go. Trophy awarded. I should think Larry ten Voorde probably has a lockup full of trophies by now. Dread to think how many he's won over the years.
please, alle zusammen am besten nach
So a
oben.
quick
Ja, ihr
pose for the photographs and then the champagne fight. Look how short Larry Tenforder is. Probably won't thank me for saying that. Admittedly, Bastian Buus is stood on the top step with him, but he is certainly surrounded by two very tall drivers. There we go. That was race 6 of a 16 race season for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We've got a bit of a break now. It'll be August before we're back, but races 7, 8 at the Nürburgring. Who can stop Larry Tenforder? Can it be Bastian Buus? Can it be Luke Hartog? Who knows? Join us at the Nürburgring to find out. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.